Hey guys, it's Britt and welcome back to my channel. We are back with new videos every Sunday and Thursdays, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. They're always whole food plant-based, always SOS free, and I'm really excited to share today's recipe with you guys. Today is our berry pie oat bites, and this recipe is ridiculously easy. You'll see that there's only like 5 ingredients total. It's super simple. And also, I love this because it travels really well. It holds up if you use my tips that I'm gonna tell you guys towards the end. And it's great. You can freeze these. You can have them in the refrigerator ready to go anytime you want. This recipe is a great breakfast or dessert, so I just switch it up depending on what we're having for that day. But I love grabbing just a couple of these as an end of day dessert finisher whenever I have a sweet tooth. Or I can eat half of this recipe for a serving, which is 6 muffins. So that makes a pretty decent amount that you're gonna eat. So we're gonna get started. This recipe actually comes from one of our cookbooks. We have, at this point, we have 5 cookbooks available. They're in ebooks right now. But if you're interested in that, you can check that down below. We have a brand new soup one that came out today. So I'll have that linked as well down for you. If you are in our community page, you get it 50% off. So make sure you go check that out. And sometimes we do some specials if you sign up. So also you can always email me to see what we're running. But I'm really excited to share this one. This one came from the volume 3 weight loss ebook that we have. And there are 30 recipes in each of those, all designed for weight loss, all 2 servings total, all very simple, and one just like this that you guys are gonna love. Now, down below, you'll see a link to our website. We have a free printable PDF that you guys can print off and have, and a Microsoft document. It also has grams, so I have you guys totally taken care of. You can head down there and just watch a couple tips I have for you guys as we go along, but it's all written out for you guys, don't have to take notes. So we're gonna get started. I have 3 cups of just berries. It can be any berries that you want. I like a combination of blueberries, blackberries, and strawberries, and even sometimes some raspberries. Any type of like those core berries works really well with this. And I also love this recipe because you can use fresh berries or frozen berries. If you use frozen berries, you just wanna let them thaw first, which is what I have today because it's winter in Pittsburgh, and that's really a good way to ensure that you're gonna have excellent fruit is buying frozen. So this is just 3 cups of frozen mixed berries that I've just thawed and it's ready to go. So that's already here. Liquid and everything. So whenever you thaw your fruit, you'll notice that some extra liquid comes out of it. Totally fine, we're gonna dump everything into it. The only difference between using fresh and frozen, I find, is it tends to dye your berry pie bites a little bit more reddish because of that liquid. And if you use fresh, it tends to look more of the oat colors. So just keep that, again, back of your mind. But you could do this all blueberry, all raspberry, all strawberry, all whatever you want, or you can do a mix. So it's really flexible as long as it's 3 cups total. I have 1 cup of rolled oats. I love using rolled oats. They're fantastic. If you can't have oats because let's say you have an allergy, you can also use some kind of rolled whole grain. So Spelt has spelt flakes that are very similar to rolled oats. So those would be an easy 1-to-1 swap. I have 2 ripe bananas here. I have 2 tablespoons of flax meal, which is just flax seeds ground down. And then I have 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. And you also could use lime juice if you wanted to, again, just to switch it up. So there's lots of different options. You could do chia instead of flax, but this is such a great basic recipe that you guys are gonna love. And I'm gonna tell you again, it holds up. So if you need something to travel, if you're looking to like individually freeze things, this is your recipe. So we're just gonna add it to a big bowl. I did preheat my oven to 350, and I'm gonna use a pan. Now, depending on your muffin pan, you'll get anywhere from 10 to 12. If it's a really big muffin pan, you might get more to 10. If it's smaller or normal size, you might get 12. it kind of varies on that, so just keep that in mind. We want to make sure that the mixture is filled up to the rim. It's not gonna rise or anything, so when you do it, just kind of pack them in, and that'll vary on how many you get. So we're gonna add everything in. So again, it's my rolled oats, 2 ripe bananas. I like to make sure they're nice and spotty. Again, if you travel, like, this is such a good one. And if you're just looking for something that's like kind of berry pie-like, hence the name, this is a really nice recipe to have and to still have all your health goals, because the majority of the recipe is just oats and fruit. I'm gonna take a fork and just mash up that ripe banana into the oats. It just makes it a little bit easier to do it at this point, but it only takes a second. Now, if you can't have banana, you can always email me or message me and I can give you some swap ideas, but another great replacement for banana can be a cooked sweet potato. So you can also do that as a little variety. It has kind of the same texture and like fiberiness into it that I find that would work well with this. So you could do an oat sweet potato bite. But the banana is gonna add a little bit of sweetness to this, but the star is the berries. All right, so go ahead and give that a nice little mix up. Make sure it's all mashed in really well. That's one of the goals to making sure this recipe works. So I'm gonna move over to my Tovolo spatula, just really combined it. And again, I'm just taking a couple seconds. This recipe is like so quick. Mash all that in there. I'm gonna add our flaxseed, our lemon juice. We're at this point, we're just dumping, and then all of those berries. And again, if you use frozen berries that you thawed, the liquid's gonna go in too. It's gonna look like there might be some liquid when you remove it, but I'm gonna tell you again, once we take them out, I'll tell you some tips and tricks for success in making them come out really beautifully. There are some things you can do that will ensure success. I've made these a million times. These are almost a weekly staple at this point. My freezer is never usually without them. All right, and now we're just gonna pour in those berries. So I have everything else but the berries. And again, these are frozen, so you're gonna see a little bit extra liquid, totally fine. It actually makes it really beautiful. So if you're looking for a really cute dessert for Valentine's Day coming up, these are awesome. And these are also very kid-friendly, I find, because kids generally always love berries. And we're just gonna take a moment. Now, if you have some big strawberries, you might wanna just cut them up, or like if you have thawed ones, you can kind of just, if they're thawed enough, you can just use whatever you're using just to kind of like make them more bite-sized pieces. Again, I just think that it distributes a little bit better when you do it that way. Sometimes the frozen strawberries are like massive, but you don't have to go too meticulous with it. All right, this looks fantastic. So right now it's just this beautiful kind of mush, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna bake it. And I have this silicone pan. If you're gonna use silicone, I recommend putting it on a baking sheet. That will save your life, removing it and getting it too once it's full. I do not recommend doing this recipe without doing that. With this exact recipe, I tried to do that just like quickly, not thinking, running out of time. It made a disaster mess in my kitchen, and you do not want this all over your oven. It is quite a pain to clean up, as I have found out. So don't do it like me. So we're gonna fill up each cup. Again, this is a 12 muffin cup. And once we're filled up, again, for some things for success, I just like to take you can take a butter knife or a spoon or whatever you're using and just kind of smooth it out and pack it in. So there's one. If I have time and I'm not like rushing making these, because sometimes, you know, it's just, this recipe is so quick, you can get it in the oven, you know, within minutes. They come out a little bit less uniformed looking, which is totally fine if they're beautiful and a little bit more homemade looking. But I find if I just take a minute, packing them in really helps to like remove them a little bit easier. Again, we're just dumping everything into our muffins. You can even dump it in and then go back after just to make it look really pretty. And don't be shy to try this recipe out. Again, you could do all one berry or you can do a mix. You could even do some pitted cherries. I've done that before. You can play up if you want to try tropical fruit. There's like no reason why you can't experiment. This is a great base. And just a recipe I've used, you know, my entire weight loss journey and I'm using right now. So I love it. Even without the weight loss, I really enjoy this one because it's an easy one. And then if you ever have ones that are like too full or strawberries too big, you can take from another one and just kind of spruce it up. If you're somebody who doesn't like to cook, this is a great recipe again because it's like we're pretty much ready to put it in the oven. All right, so these berry pie oat bites are ready to go in. Again, preheat your oven to 350. These are gonna take 15 minutes to bake. So just put on the timer. In 15 minutes, they're gonna come out. I'm gonna show you a batch I did earlier that have just been sitting and cooling, but one of the main tips for it to come out, because whenever it comes out hot, you're gonna see some of the liquid from the berries, but if you let it sit and cool completely before you're removing it, it'll come out in one piece. I'm gonna show you in a second, just in case you don't believe me, but really the ticket with these is to fill them in, do a gentle pat just to kind of smush it all down, but really let them cool and then remove it and it'll come out in one piece. You won't have any issues. Some other tips too with silicone is really make sure your pan is nice and clean before. If you have anything like even tiny residents from the batch before, that can sometimes make it stick to it. So make sure you have a really clean pan, make sure you let it cool, and you definitely will have beautiful berry oat pie bites that you can take out and take on the go even. All right, I'll see you guys in just a second. And there you have our berry pie oat bites. I hope you guys give this one a try. It's a favorite. I actually love to do a double batch like I did tonight. And I just like to take the one batch and freeze them. And then the other batch I either have for breakfast or like I said, I can have as dessert. It's really nice either or depending on what you're in the mood for. But I love having these. They make 2 servings per batch. You can eat 6 of these guys per serving, so it feels like you're getting a really big amount, and they hold up so good. So if you need breakfast on the go, if you travel and want to make these and take it, like I said, they freeze really wonderfully. They're beautiful. Your kids will love it. I love this, weight loss or not, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. So make sure you guys do share if you make it. This came out of our volume 3 weight loss book. So if you guys do get that or want it, it's down below. As well as our brand new, came out today when you're watching this, Soup Cookbook as well. I'll post that down below. And remember, if you're a community member, we have a 50% off coupon code for you to use anytime. So it might be a perfect time to try that out. That literally has all of our newest recipes. I'm still filming recipes from 2021 when I started the community. So there are so many to go back and to look at in the community, and like I said, some of our favorites have been coming out recently that I think you guys will really enjoy. And it also includes our cooking classes. We do some coaching, plant-based coaching, lots of other fun things coming out. We have a How to Grow Sprouts, Sprouting Pro class coming out for them. So it might be a great time to try out the community. It's only $10, and then you get a 50% off coupon for any of the books if you want. And the books are $20 without. So really, again, perfect time to try it out. We'd love to have you. And yeah, I will see you guys on Thursday. Remember, Thursdays and Sundays are our new posting days for free recipes. And I love walking you guys through how to make these and giving you all the tips and tricks. Make sure you're subscribed if not, and I will see you guys real soon. Make sure you go make these. Again, they are so good. I can't wait to see yours. All right, bye guys.